Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Codger's Garage. And you see what hat I'm wearing. So if you guys follow the channel, you probably know what we're up to. We're about to crack open a project, or hopefully, in this case, actually close a project. I had filmed some video footage of the project being done. Apparently, the lighting is bad, sorry guys. Apparently at some point I lost that footage. I accidentally deleted it off my phone or something because I don't have it. But I want to show you what we're going to be working on, give you a little bit of backstory, and then we're going to dive into it, okay? So here we go. Alright guys, so here's the deal. We've got an old MTD LawnFlite. You guys can see that. 3-horse Briggs & Stratton pushmower. Old school. I would assume this would be somewhere in the 1960s. Not for sure on a year, but I would presume that that would be the case. With easy spin, Briggs & Stratton starting. It's pretty funny, guys. So, this old fossil was actually sitting in my great-grandfather's shed. If you guys follow my chainsaw videos, which there'll be more of those coming because we are now at that time of year, the snow is melting. We can see ground in spots. So we're going to start these projects going again. But as always, you know, here's the thing. This was sitting in my great-grandfather's shed. This is actually my great-great-grandmother's push mower from back in the day. And I brought it home 2 or 3 years ago with the hopes of reviving it. Now, at that time I brought it home, it did not have spark, and my knowledge of spark issues was rather limited, as I was just really getting in the rhythm of tearing this stuff apart, you know, and mostly I had only dealt with carburetors. So I kind of set it aside, didn't know what to do. I reassessed it later on when my experience became a little more vast. And I figured I needed a condenser for it, but I could not figure out what for a condenser I needed because it's very hard to find parts for these older style engines. So, at least I had a hard time finding parts. I actually recently inherited my great-grandfather's small engine parts stash, I guess you could say. He used to run a small engine shop, and he had quite a collection of parts for mowers of this age. And I actually got a whole shoebox full of condensers for this mower. So with my new parts, I dove back into it this winter in the shop and tore it down, put the new condenser in, set the points, everything, put it back together, cleaned it up quite a bit. I wish I had before and after photos. Cleaned it up, put it all back together, and it has fire now. Couple things I'm not sure about with it. Obviously I don't know what kind of shape the carburetor's in. I have not been in the carburetor at all. This is going to be a dry run on the first start. If it does not start and run, we will be reassessing it until it does, because I really think this is really neat. And my previous mower that I was running, the old 1970s Craftsman Eager, has crapped the bed on me. There's pressure in the crankcase, and I just don't want to put time and money, even if I can find the parts, into fixing it. So we're going to try to get this beast going for this year, and I'll save the base off that old Craftsman and probably find a motor for it later on because it has that solid aluminum base. But anyways, we're going to get rolling with this. Hopefully this starts. I'm going to add some gas to it here. I checked the oil, it's got oil in it. One thing I'm not sure about is it may actually end up having a bent crankshaft, because when I get to looking things over, I realized that the bolt down there where the blade is, first I thought the blade was just missing, and I should have known if Grandpa bothered to exile it to the back shed that it probably wasn't stellar, because he pretty much ran things until they were grenaded, you know, before he'd buy new. So that bolt was busted off where the blade hooks on, so I'm kind of wondering if he didn't hit something, you know, hard enough to break that bolt off. I'm assuming that's what happened. And so if that's the case, then we may actually have a bent crankshaft. So we'll see what happens. I've heard you can straighten those. We may try to do that. I mean, we're out nothing, right, if it's bent, to try to fix it. So we'll see what happens, guys. We're going to try to fire this up. I'm going to give it some gas here, fuel it up, and we're going to try to do this. I want to do this first start on camera. I'm hoping it starts. Even if it runs a little rough or needs some tune-up, I really want to see a first start on camera here. But we will keep at it if it doesn't, guys. You know how this goes. No fear. Full send. Metal gas cap, guys. That's pretty cool. It may have a little bit of old gas in it still. I think it had all pretty much evaporated out, if I remember right. Didn't see too much in there right there, so I think we're going to be good that way. Like I say, the carburetor's probably plugged right up. I don't know. We're going to find out. I do not believe that there's any sort of a priming system on this. But honestly, I'm not sure. Not sure at all. You guys get a good view? You got a good view? Okay. So we are going to... Oh, that says it's choke. Okay. So... I guess choke it like that and then get it to start and then take it from there. I don't know. Find out, guys. She don't pull over too smooth. Got a little bit of a fetch there. Get that bolted down good. It's a little loose in the back. Okay. So, now comes the time for assessment. I'm not too disappointed because I didn't figure it was going to fire right off first thing. We probably have carburetor issues, no doubt. Let's see what our plug looks like. Take a little quick peek here. See what we got going on. Plug is dry. That's what I figured. Okay. So more than likely we have a plugged carburetor. I wish I had a setup to squirt a little gas in there and see if it would fire off. Don't know. Don't know. Let me think here. Get a little one of those oil bumpers there and put some gas in it. So I just don't know. Make sure we still have spark. My luck. Touch that to there. Get a good little angle on that so I should be able to see if it does or doesn't. Come on. Not too shabby. Let's get you guys zoomed in. See if you can see a little spark in action. I'm assuming that we still do, but you never know. Can't tell. I don't know if I got a good... It's so hard to get a good... Oh, I have a tester. I forget that. I just bought one. Yes, we have spark. I don't know if you guys saw any of that. No, I moved away from you. We do have spark, so that is a good sign. It's hard to say. Obviously, it's not getting gas. Obviously, that's a carburetor. Really to get a little gas in there and see if it lights it off, but we shall see. I'm going to cut cameras, guys. I'm going to see if I can come up with a little something just to put a little gas in there, see if it'll light it off. Okay, guys, I just put a little bit in it, I think, straw there. We'll see what happens. Now, I'm assuming this is like every other Briggs engine, and it has, that's what it looks like. The carburetor is all built into the tank as a series of diaphragms and stuff like that. I'm not too big on that design. I had that Craftsman Tecumseh engine, and that had the separate, you know, carburetor, more like a ride mower would have, with the bowl and everything. I kind of like that a lot better. But it is what it is. It's all in preference, I guess. We'll see what happens here. I don't know. This could be sketchy. I'm going to set it to choke, I guess. Not sure what to do with it. I like the way that pulls over, that's for sure. Something messed up there, I think. She kind of acted like it's kicked there for a second. It kind of pulled that rewind from my hands. I think it might have. Of course, we didn't really have enough in there to really, you know, get a good crack off, but that kind of sucked that rewind out of my hands. I think that might have, she might have lit. The plug is definitely wet now. That's a good sign. So we did get enough gas in there to get the plug wet. Almost too wet. Very oily. Very oily. I may end up taking that cylinder head off and cleaning that out. She's built up with a lot of residue. And just for giggles, we're going to dry that plug off a little bit, put it back in, see if it does anything. Turn, put that back on there. I'm just going to see what it does. Just for fun here, more than anything. Did you guys see that puff of smoke out of the muffler? I don't know if you did. I hope you did. I think you did. She touched that off. She most certainly did. I can smell it too. Just a little bit of puff. Yeah, I can smell that. She burned her right there. So what we got is we got a situation now where we just need to get that carburetor clean, I think. I wish I could get it to take off a little bit better for you. I'm going to play with it just a little bit more here, guys. I really would like to see that start up and just rev for a second. Like I say, we don't have a good, if I had a good system to pump gas into the cylinder, I could probably get it to do it, but right now I'm trying to feed it with a straw. The plug's still a little damp. But we're getting fire. That's what we want. That's what we want. Okay. There's my straw. I don't know, maybe I ought to put that plug right back in dry, because that was a little damp still. Maybe we just put a little too much gas in it, you know. Dry that off. Stick back in one more time. See what happens. We'll get a little kaboom. Hopefully not too much. We get her, guys. We get her. Little by little. I won't stop till I get it. That's one thing. One of my mottos. Won't stop till you get it right. Okay. Give her another haul here. Oh, did you see that? Ooh. I don't like that. Not sure what that bang was. I tried to take it off choke there a little bit and she let a bang out of her. She smells like an old barn, I can tell you that. She got a good, she's got a good stink to her. She's been sitting. I think that's about 30 years since that's been started. We're gonna, I don't know if we can really call that a first start or not. That's, boys, she might have, maybe she'd run longer. Maybe I ought to start her back out. I don't know, I didn't like that bang, but, jeez. I don't know. Old engines, you never know. I'm gonna give her another wickham. See what she's got. She might have, I don't know, it almost acted like it was hauling gas there. Maybe, I don't know. Give it another try. No, I think we burned up what we had in there. Well, guys, that is, we're going to go ahead and call that the first start. That's the first time she's putted. She putted there for a couple seconds. I bet she putted about 10 seconds. I think she would have putted a little bit longer if I hadn't flipped that choke off. She might have. I think she's just about out of what I put in the cylinder anyway, but you never know. You never can tell. So we're gonna keep at this. It might be a little bit before you see another video. So I gotta have me look at the carburetor, see what's going on in there, check some stuff out, get a better idea. And but you know we'll be back at it. We'll be back at it. I'm depending on this little sucker to get me through this year, so we're gonna see what we can do. But that's a wrap, guys, again. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Where is he? This little guy right there. He's gonna be coming back at you. A little bit of pow there. I wish you guys could smell the old fumes. She's a little smucky. She is. She's been sitting a while. But you can always bring it back to life sooner or later. So we're gonna keep working on this. That bang, and maybe it's coincidence, maybe it just sucked in the rewind a little bit there. I don't know. That's got a totally different pull start system, that easy spin. Got ball bearings in there and a bunch of stuff. So maybe it's something with that. I'm not really sure, but it did kind of concern me. Knowing what we know about the bolt in the bottom, it's hard to say. But stay tuned. We're going to take another crack at it soon. It lives. I don't know if I can really say that. It lived, okay, for 10 seconds, so that's all it takes. I've heard it putt, and I won't stop till it goes. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more videos just like this, and we'll be coming at you with another good one.